Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys back in here tonight, and happy Sunday out to everybody out there. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms as well. We got the NBA tonight and game number 4 of this series. The San Antonio Spurs, the number 2 seed, taking on the number 6 seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spurs up 2-1 in the series. And San Antonio winning back-to-back games. Quick recap of how the series has gone down to the first 3 games. Minnesota in a physical battle, able to steal game 1 at San Antonio, 104-102. And then San Antonio able to bounce back, win 2 straight games in a row, demolished the T-Wolves in game 2, 133-95. Last game, which was on Friday nights, San Antonio able to outlast Minnesota in a 7-point victory, 115-108. Good series so far between these two teams. Victor Wembanyama, 15 rebounds each in the 3 matchups in the series. He had 12 total blocks in game 1. Just breaking the game of basketball, what he is doing. Just unreal what he can do. 39 points in 37 minutes on 13 for 18 shooting, 3 made threes, 10 for 12 at the free throw line, 15 rebounds with 5 blocks, a steal, and an assist for Wemby in the previous game. He was 1 out of 5 guys in double figures for San Antonio. And De'Aaron Fox coming off a 17-point performance and a victory on Friday nights, where this Spurs team is just the young guys around Wemby, they look just so good this year. And they're getting their experience in these playoff games for San Antonio, for a team that has not been to the playoffs with this group of guys ever. For basically all these guys in their first playoff game, or first playoffs ever this year as a team. San Antonio, really good job taking care of the basketball the last game. Just 10 total turnovers, forced Minnesota into 12. Anthony Edwards coming back after his injury. He's been back for the last couple of games, and he was basically a one-man show for the T-Wolves in the last game. He had 32. They put 6 guys in double figures for their team, but came up short, lost by 7. Naz Reid, pretty good game off the bench. He had 18. Ayo Dosunmu, he's going to get the start tonight in place of Mike Conley. So Mike Conley played just 4 minutes in game 3. Mike Conley got the start tonight. Ayo Dosunmu replacing Mike Conley inside the starting 5 for this matchup. But yeah, I feel like other guys going to have to step up, and it just can't be Ant-Man. Ant-Man just so good when it comes down to playoff games for him, but he's going to need a lot more help with other guys stepping up. Julius Randle had a tough game, just 12 points on 3 for 12 shooting in the previous matchup for Julius Randle. So he's going to have a big turnaround and bounce back performance tonight. He had a great series, I remember, last year. I think it was in the second round matchup from last year. Just had a really good series, but struggled during the last game for him. So going to have to bounce back, see if he can turn things around. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. Daniel, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Yeah, first time I've covered these two teams on the channel throughout the playoffs. So, getting some different coverage here out with a couple different teams, which is good. I covered the rest of the NBA. So, first time covering the Spurs and the T-Wolves both throughout the course of the playoffs. Just insane what Wemby has done so far in these playoff matches. Coming off a 39.15 rebound game on Friday in Game 3, had 19 and 15 in Game 2. He had a triple-double of 11 points, 15 rebounds, and the triple-double did not consist of assists reaching the double-digit mark. It was blocks. 12 total blocks by Wemby in Game 1. Just absolutely insane. He's averaging over 6 blocks per game in this entire series for him. Like he's got 35 blocks right now through 7 playoff games. It's just crazy what he's been able to do. Yeah, this is a huge game for Minnesota tonight. Minnesota looking to see if they can even up the series, prove that they can take San Antonio deep into the series. So big night tonight for the T-Wolves here, trying to bounce back after losing 2 straight games in a row. It's tough for Ant-Man to do recently coming back from injury for him. Big ups to Anthony Edwards because I thought he'd be out for much longer than he should have been out for. But he's just built different with his body able to recover so quickly for Anthony Edwards. So he came back like basically a week after he hyperextended his left knee, suffered a bone bruise, and played in Game 1 of this series for Anthony Edwards. So just shows the toughness there, Anthony Edwards, how like he comes back like a week later after suffering a bone bruise in his injury, which was reported at the time that he would miss multiple weeks, but ends up being just a week of action that he missed and able to win the last series against Denver. And Ant-Man trying to get his team to even up the series at 2 apiece tonight. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, Spurs or T-Wolves. Congrats out to the Washington Wizards. They won the NBA draft lottery earlier today. So Washington gets the first pick in the 2026 draft. Utah Jazz number 2. Memphis Grizzlies at 3. Chicago Bulls number 4 pick. Clippers get the number 5 pick. The Nets at number 6. Sacramento number 7. Atlanta Hawks number 8. Mavs at 9. Bucks at 10. Golden State at 11. Thunder get the number 12 pick. Thunder perfect 7-0 so far these playoffs. Miami Heat at 13, Charlotte Hornets at 14. So the Indiana Pacers had a tanking season and did not get into the lottery for the Pacers this year. What's good, Pepe? Welcome in. Good morning. Happy Monday morning out to you in the Philippines. Knicks also took care of business. They swept the Sixers this afternoon. dominant fashion, 30-point victory, 144 to 114 victory by New York. Just crazy what a difference can make in the NBA. Like it was 8 days ago where the Sixers 1-7 against the Celtics, and then the Sixers get eliminated the following week in a clean sweep by the Knicks. Yeah, been a while since I've covered Wemby and the Spurs, so good to be able to cover another series matchup tonight. So after this, I think I've covered every single team in the playoffs that's still remaining. All right, Victor Wembanyama taking on Anthony Edwards tonight. Both coming off gigantic game threes on Friday night and a 115-108 victory by the San Antonio Spurs. Critical game four tonight for Minnesota. Their backs against the wall, trailing in the series down 1-2. Spurs have taken 2 straight games after dropping game one. And this is a home game tonight. Target Center, Minneapolis for Minnesota. Opportunity awaits for Minnesota to see if they can even it up at 2 apiece. San Antonio, if they do win this one, they'll look to close out the series in 5 on Tuesday. Starting line is being announced right now for the visiting San Antonio Spurs. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, Victor Wembanyama. The starting 5 tonight for the Spurs. Going up against Minnesota's starting lineup. So that's being introduced right now at the Target Center. I love the whole NBC pregame introductions. It's awesome what NBC does with these pregame introductions. Wow, really nice video introduction that the T-Wolves have on their video board. That's awesome. Like all the other networks don't show that like introduction before starting lineups, but when NBC got put back into the broadcast um broadcast mix starting off this season once again as part of new media rights deal, NBC hit the nail on the head with a pregame introductions. They get the mascot waving the flag before the start of this game. Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards. The starting lineup tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So head coach Chris Finch makes that change. Ayo Dosunmu going to get the start in place of Mike Conley tonight. Mike Conley played just 4 minutes. No points in game 3 on Friday night. So going with Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo coming off a double-digit point game off the bench. Finished with 11 in 32 minutes. Some solid production out of Naz Reid off the bench. Former 6th man of the year. 18 points for Naz Reid. in Game 3. Ant-Man at 32, still not enough. Going to need a big bounce-back performance out of Julius Randle tonight. Randle just 12 points on 3 for 12 shooting. Jaden McDaniels took a bunch of shots. More note as a defensive lockdown player for him. Offensively, struggled with efficiency, missed 17 shots, 5 for 22 with 17 points scored in the previous contest. Here we go. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, as we're going to have tip-off here in a matter of moments between the Spurs and T-Wolves. Game 4 of the series, critical matchup here tonight. San Antonio trying to put themselves up 3-1 in the series. Minnesota needing this one to keep traction in the series, to force it up at 2 apiece into a Game 6 at least. It's a home game at the Target Center for Minnesota, but this Spurs team looking really good so far for them. And throughout the course of the season, excellent season for them. Throughout the course of the playoffs, 62-20 for their record this year. And they've been really good out on the road. They're 29-12 on the road going into the playoffs. Minnesota went 26-15 at home this year. Spurs today go to white jerseys, black numbers, black letters. T-Wolves, throwback retro uniforms, black jerseys tonight with the white lettering, white numbers tonight in this matchup, lime green outline. Or actually, it's like a dark green with a trees outline throughout their uniform. They get the pine trees outlining their uniform on the edges. And this should be a big-time matchup here tonight. Game number 4 of this series. Minnesota trying to force a Game 6. Victor Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert at midcourt as we are underway with the opening tip, and San Antonio controls the tip. Opening possession for the Spurs. Stephon Castle, torses left around the perimeter, into the hands to Wemby. Wemby off the opening possession, jumper, baseline over Gobert, left short to rebound, secured by Gobert. First possession of the night now for Minnesota. Ayo Dosunmu, past the timeline. Jumper, mid-range, Randall around the rim and out to misfire the rebounds. Goes over to San Antonio. Wemby drives, attacks the paint, working on Gobert with a turnaround hook shot, got the bounce, it is through for 2. Victor Wembanyama, first bucket on the board tonight, coming off a 39-point performance in Game 3 on Friday. Ant-Man dribbles up inside the key, slides it back out to the wing. Randall tees up the 3, left short, tipped up into the air to Champagny as he controls the defensive rebound. Up the floor with Fox. De'Aaron Fox, spin cycle inside the key, outside into the hands of a jumper straight away. It goes down, buried on a triple. That is Devin Vassell, lets it rain for the perimeter. Great start right now for San Antonio. 5-0 right out of the gate to begin this game. In the corner. Minnesota off the baseline dribble. McDaniels, turnaround jumper, baseline, off the rim and out, tipped out of bounds off of the Spurs. Just unable to find their shot to begin this game right now for Minnesota. 0 for 3 from the floor. San Antonio able to connect on their first 2 out of 3 shots from the court today. Inbound off the fingertips of Castle as it sailed out of bounds. We're just getting started today. If you're new with the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Inbound goes to Gobert. Handoff Edwards. Edwards fires a 3. Right down the shoot, delivers. Able to rattle in the triple by Ant-Man, and the T-Wolves on the board. Spurs with possession past midcourt. Champagny Around the perimeter into the hands to Castle. Bumped into and followed by Randall. Hey, there we go. Jay Ramirez coming in early. First vote in the poll tonight. Right now, Spurs up 71-29 in the poll. If you haven't voted already, make sure to do so. Inbound back to Castle. Castle dribbles up, drives inside the key, penetrates the paint, soars up and scores, up and off the window. 4-point advantage now for the Spurs. At the corner with Randall as he's double teamed, broke it up out of bounds, went off Minnesota. Edwards, he'll be the inbound passer, lobs it off to Gobert around the perimeter. Handoff Ant-Man. Edwards, up fake. Edwards at the top. Finds Randall on the outside. Randall, 6 in the timer. Randall bobbled it, got it back, has to launch here 3 in the shot clock. Finds Gobert, who tees up the 3. Rudy, not a 3-point shooter off a rainbow, left it short. The shot clock was down to 0. Rebound for San Antonio. Castle drives inside the paint. Lob looking for Wemby, contacted and fouled. And the clock will stop with 9:27. Wemby got undercut. As he was rolling to the paint, they were trying to set up an alley-oop lob. Going to Wemby from Castle, got undercut by Desumu, who picked up the personal foul. Inbound for San Antonio. In the corner, out fake Champagny. Outside into the hands to Wemby. Wemby takes on Gobert around the perimeter, 3 in the timer. Wemby off the crossover. Wemby, jumper, deep 2 over Gobert. No good, hit glass. Or hit the side of the rim, so no shot clock violation. It grazed the rim as it goes back over to Minnesota. Minnesota stagnant. First 3 minutes, only 3 points off a 3 score by Edwards. Randall dribbles up inside the mid-block. Randall outside finds Desumu. They're stuck offensively right now with 5 in the timer. Desumu, 1-on-1 off the crossover. Drives on Castle off the teardrop. Bounced off the back rim offensive rebound. Put back. Shoved in by Rudy Gobert. Plus the foul. Major slam off the putback at and 1. Coming up at the free throw line by Rudy. It's on Wemby from behind who clobbered Gobert. Gobert got slapped in the face by Wemby. Soared up for the dunk. And a free throw coming up here at the line by Gobert. Free throw's good. What's good, Dakota? Welcome in. Glad to have you back in, bud. First basket today was made by Wemby. Top of the key, Castle. Open 3, straight away. Nothing but net delivers. 4-point advantage here for San Antonio. Driving downhill, Rudder inside the key. Gutted a drop by McDaniels for 2. Yeah, Minnesota right now competing in this game. This is one of these serious matchups that could go much longer than 5. Wemby attacks, stumbled off the dribble, and called in the travel. Turnover charge to Wemby. Wow, referees letting the defenses play physical tonight. Jaden McDaniels hounding Wemby off the dribble drive penetration. Yeah, 1 injury to Wemby. That could change the entire course of the series here as Minnesota turns it over. McDaniels and Edwards not on the same page as Edwards lost it out of bounds. Back he goes to San Antonio. Castle at the wing takes on Gobert 101. Outside, Keldon Johnson tees up the 3, missed off the mark, no good. A rebound secured by Gobert. Rebound goes to Randall from Minnesota, beg my pardon. He flings it towards the midcourt logo, and a bad pass deflected. Intercepted down the near side. They got numbers. Fox, outside Champagny, push pass. Corner, 3 Vassell, no good off the rim. A rebound back to Minnesota. Edwards past midcourt. Ant-Man gets past Castle off the dribble. Edwards dribbles up inside the edge of the key. Launches the jumper deep 2 and knocked down and fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line to tie things up for Minnesota with Edwards. Just getting started tonight. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. I believe it's the first time I've covered these two teams in the playoffs. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, Spurs or T-Wolves. First one's good by Edwards at the line. Tomorrow night, hoping to be back live covering Habs against Pistons tomorrow night, so feel free to join in. I believe that game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow night. Second free throw is good. Rydog, welcome back in. Glad to have you back in, bud. 10-10, Minnesota. Battling hard here to early going. Spurs pass the timeline. Slid out to the wing to Vassell. Moves it off to Fox. Fox attacks the paint. Rudder connects in the two. Edwards finds Gobert, handoff Ant-Man, launches the three, left off the rim short, rebound controlled by Vassell. Vassell racing up the floor on top, finds Castle. Stephon Castle moves it off to Wemby. Wemby takes on Gobert around the perimeter, cross court into the hands to Castle. Castle defended the outside by Randall, drives inside the key, a jumper over Randall, connects on it. Sweet dribble drive penetration, getting into the mid part of the key right there for Stephon Castle. He's got 7. Great start for him so far to begin this game. Randall, jumper, baseline, deep 2, off the mark, no good. Tip back to Randall, offensive rebound, slicing defenders right to the cup, and he soars up and scores the layup. Great battle right now from Minnesota so far, entering the midway portion of the opening quarter. De'Aaron Fox slows down tempo. Gets past Randall off the dribble, drives, a runner, smash right through. Wemby able to punch it down with a right-hand finish. Wow, that is impressive right there. Just, you got a 7'6" big man that can just smash it down like that. That looked like it was a runner off the hands of De'Aaron Fox, and then at the last moment, Wemby just punches the ball through with a right hand to score the one-handed slam dunk. Just impressive possession there by San Antonio. Like, there's nothing that you can do to stop that. It's impossible to defend what they just accomplished there. 16-12, first timeout in the night as Minnesota burns the first timeout. We head over to the timeouts. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the B-Tab brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. All right, now on to the first timeout of the night. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here tonight. Let us know out in the chat who you've got to win this game tonight. Spurs or T-Wolves, great battle so far between these two teams. Minnesota doing a good job keeping in this matchup. Yeah, this one, the T-Wolves definitely need to win this game. This is a home game, too, at Minnesota. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult to go into San Antonio and take the next one, I feel like, for Minnesota. Man, Wemby is like breaking basketball, what he's doing. Just insane. Game 1 of the series, he had a 12-block game in Game 1. Coming off 39 points and 15 rebounds in the previous game. He's got 15 boards in all 3 games. Tonight, Wemby with 4, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Stephon Castle having a great start. 7 points by Stephon Castle tonight. Mr. Bamdet, welcome back in. Yeah, I think that was a little bit before my time. I've seen some clips of those two. Get back to action, 16-12. T-Wolves with possession. Edwards slides it off to McDaniels. They work their way around the perimeter. First time on the floor tonight for Naz Reid. Randall attacks the paint outside corner 3. Reid contested by Wemby, and we see that wingspan displayed by Wemby as Naz Reid's 3 hit the top corner of the backboard. Attacking the paint down low. No good. Miss from point blank range by Keldon Johnson. Came up with an offensive rebound though. Straight line dribble drive, kick out corner. Nice ball movement all around here by the Spurs. Lob, Wemby down low off the flick pass, rejected from behind, but fouled. And 2 free throws coming up by San Antonio at the line with Dylan Harper. Wow, this ball movement, last possession, incredible by San Antonio. And earning their stripes at the free throw line to see if they can generate these 2 points off of that ball zipping around. Naz Reid picked up the personal foul. First one's good at the line for Dylan Harper. Second free throw is good. Yeah, sounds like a comparison of like Taco Fall. I wonder how he's doing right now. Yeah, he had like no jump shot. Um, like everything was a dunk. Wish he got more opportunity. 2 shots here by Edwards at the line. First one's good. I remember when Bull Bull came into the league that a lot of people thought that when he was going off in the Disney bubble that he was going to get like a bunch of playing time, but that just never amounted to like anything. Yeah, that was incredible ball movement. Last possession by the Spurs. Spurs have it back up by 4. Castle towards his right off the dribble. Fires it cross court. Vassell. Baseline dribble. Vassell goes up, had it stripped. Human dominoes colliding here on the floor. Wemby got taken down as he got tangled up with Terrence Shannon Jr. underneath. It's going to be a offensive foul on Devin Vassell. Yeah, Vassell rammed right into a T-Wolf who took the charge, and then Wemby was right behind it, and him and Terrence Shannon went down hard right there. Ant-Man with possession, step back jumper, deep 2, foot on the 3-point line, and he buries it. Right now, they've got that as a 3. It looked like 1 foot was definitely on the 3-point line. So on the scoreboard, it's 18-17. We'll see if that does change, and now it does. It's 18-16. Yep, that front right foot was definitely on the 3-point line. So they dock down the 3 to the 2. Straight line dribble jive, right to the hoop. Harper, no good, missed the layup. He's out of the play. Numbers here up the floor for Minnesota. 5 on 4 up the floor. Spin cycle. Naz Reid with a hook shot. No good off the back rim. Tipped up. Battle for the rebound. Broke it up out of bounds. Off San Antonio. It's going to stay T-Wolves ball. Minnesota competing hard right now on the floor. De'Aaron Fox going to check right back in. Stephon Castle going to take a seat on the bench. Yeah, that's off of Keldon Johnson last. And Wemby will take a seat on the bench for the first time tonight. Inbound goes over to Edwards. Naz Reid with possession now, edge of the midcourt logo. Reid dribbles up towards his right, hand off McDaniels. McDaniels inside the key, tough contested jumper off the back rim, no good. Deflected out of bounds and off Minnesota. Defense without Wemby, holding down the fort right now for San Antonio. Spurs without Wemby on the floor, currently on the bench. Fox sneaking his way around, floats it up and contacted hard. Will shoot two at the line. It's on to Edwards, got him right from behind. Physical start here in this game. We got players just hitting the deck hard. Multiple possessions. De'Aaron Fox, big difference between his points per game in the playoffs that he is averaging in wins and points per game per losses. 19.5 per wins, 13.5 per losses. First free throw is good. Fox now with 3 tonight. Second shot's good. Mike Conley on the floor for the first time tonight. Played just 4 minutes in the last game. Edwards comes off the screen, rose for the jumper, left it short, rebound. Back to San Antonio, up the floor. They bobbled it. They lost it. Racing down the court here. And Edwards shuts down the door with a two-handed flush. Able to capitalize off the steal for Minnesota. 2-point game. Ant-Man up to double figures. He has 11. Fox inside the key. Lost it. Stripped and fouled though. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for De'Aaron Fox. First shot's good. Yeah, what a coincidence. Second free throw left short by Fox. Fox now with 5 currently. Terrence Shannon past the timeline. Drives inside the paint, goes backdoor, wild layup, he missed. Gobert able to flush it down off the putback. Minnesota cuts the deficit down to 1. Right now, Wemby currently in the bench. Fox at the left baseline, slides it outside. Johnson in and off his hands over the timeline. It's a backcourt violation. Bad turnover by San Antonio. And a timeout taken on the floor by the Spurs. 1-point game here. 21-20. Minnesota playing for their playoff lives tonight, needing to take this game to force a game 6 in the series. And right now, the T-Wolves down by 1, 21-20, with under 3 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Physical start to begin this game tonight. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. San Antonio led by Stephon Castle. Good start for him. 7 points in 8 minutes. Perfect. 3 for 3 shooting. De'Aaron Fox with 5 tonight. Wemby's got 4. 2 rebounds and an assist by Wemby. Off the bench, Dylan Harper with 2. On the other side, Minnesota led by Ant-Man. First guy to double figures tonight. 11 points in 9 minutes. Anthony Edwards doing everything possible to force a game 6 in this series. Rudy Gobert, 2 putback dunks, 5 points by him, 2 points each by Randall and McDaniels. Randall struggling though, just 1 for 4 shooting. So a tough start with efficiency for Randall, and nobody else has been able to score. But right now they're right there. some bad turnovers by San Antonio, just miscues that they've had. Minnesota had some early miscues too, but San Antonio has had some opportunities to get this lead up further, and what has been the largest lead of the game has been 6 by the Spurs. The Spurs have led throughout the entire game, but they had opportunities to increase the lead, but they haven't done so yet. So, 4 turnovers in the first quarter. That's how they shot themselves in the foot with those turnovers. And Minnesota scored 2 baskets off of those turnovers. What's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in, and good evening out to you. Hope all is going well here tonight. Yeah, the Wizards, like, throughout this decade, whoever goes to the Wizards, that's where their career just ends up, like, crumbling and going into pieces. Um, I I really hope that they do make the right pick at number 1. I I think out of the draft, AJ DeBonsa has the highest ceiling. Um, Honestly, wouldn't shock me if they go with Cameron Boozer, number 1 for Washington, because DeBonsa, then the number 2 pick would go to Utah, and they would pick DeBonsa, and that would totally make sense um, from that standpoint. Would not be shocked if that happens, seeing AJ go to Utah, played college ball at BYU, in-state in Utah. Danny Ainge, president of basketball operations, former Celtics president with the Utah Jazz. Pick 27. Yeah, he got picked 27 this year. Last year, they hit the nail on the head, got Ugo Gonzalez late first round. Letting it fly from the outside. That is buried from the perimeter by Minnesota. Good sign to see right there. Mike Conley Jr. on the board as he is able to bury the triple. He had 0 points in the last game for Conley. Pocket pass. Kick out corner. Intercepted. Up the floor here. T-Wolves attacking the rim. Naz Reid soars up and scores. Plus the foul. Taking it the distance for the former 6th man of the year. That is an impressive possession. Naz Reid jumps the roots. Bad pass by Luke Cornett out to the corner, and Naz Reid jumps the root, picks it off, and takes it the distance as he lays it up and in, plus the and one. Free throw is good. Minnesota on a 6-0 run coming back from the timeouts. 14-3 run in the last 3 minutes for the T-Wolves, showing something in a big way here tonight. Look at the force of Game 6 in the series. De'Aaron Fox off the screener, set by Cornette, dribbles towards his right, takes the 3 off the back rim, no good. Deflected back out by Cornette to the wrong player, though. Up the floor, here goes Conley. Conley, handoff, back outside into the hands to Mike Conley. Conley leaves it off for Dosunmu. Dosunmu attacks the paint. Floater left it off the back rim too long, and rebound out of the pack goes Harper. Harper drives downhill to the cup. Oh, nice Euro step. Able to blow by Conley right to the cup and scored a layup. San Antonio cuts the deficit down to 3. Shannon, kick out corner, picked off by Fox with a steal. San Antonio with a possession. Wemby currently in the bench. De'Aaron Fox shooting right out of the pack, and Conley picks up the reach and foul. Hey, what's good? Dennis, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, things went well. I actually had like most of the day to myself today. So I did a lot of yard work today. We live on like 3 acres, so there was a bunch of stuff that we had to clean up from like this year's storms that we had. Anthony Edwards is heading to the locker room right now. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll see if there's anything up on Twitter with like an injury designation if he re-aggravated his injury once we get into the end of the quarter. Free throw is good at the line for San Antonio, cutting the deficit down to 1. Conley slides it off towards his right. Outside corner 3. Randall buries the triple. Julius Randle, big time shot there for the far side corner. T-Wolves up by 4. Harper. Head to the midcourt logo, take it on to Terrence Shannon Jr. Harper off the crossover, drives past Randall inside the key. Harper right to the cup. Nice move, scores the left-hand layup. Julius Randle had 0 points in the first 2 games previously in the first quarter. Tonight, he's got 5. Great start for him tonight. Naz Reid in the corner, drives past Wemby, right to the rim, soars up and scores, up and off the window. Naz Reid showing something right now tonight off the bench. Fox outside to the wing. Harper, step back 3, buries the triple. Massive shot right there by Dylan Harper for the rookie. Tremendous opening quarter. 31-30, Minnesota by 1. 2-second differential. Shot clock and game clock to close out at the end of the first quarter. Mike Conley slides it off to Randall. Randall at the wing. Randall. 5 at the timer. Randall, spin cycle, outside. Conley laces up the 3. Mike Conley, a splash from the perimeter. Final possession. Wemby from midcourt. Wemby missed it short. And Minnesota, at the end of the opening quarter of action, leads by 4, 34-30. Mike Conley Jr. turning back the clock tonight for the former All-Star. Great start for him in this game. Mike Conley, 6 points, bearing 2 threes. He is the number 2 scorer for Minnesota through the first quarter behind Ant-Man with 11. Edwards, 11 points. Conley with 6. Randall, good start for him tonight. He's got 5. Gobert with 5 off 2 putback dunks. Naz Reid with 5. Wow, T-Wolves coming out, playing with heart, playing with intensity, playing with grit. Like, they know how critical this game is tonight. They cannot let San Antonio go up 3-1 in the series, heading back to San Antonio for a Game 5 on Tuesday. They're determined to stretch this series out as much as possible. And right now, really showing something for Minnesota. De'Aaron Fox, he has 7 for San Antonio, 7 points by Stephon Castle. Wemby with 4, playing 9 minutes in the opening quarter, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Yet to record a block so far tonight for Wemby. Wemby a -1 in the first quarter. Minnesota getting their 3-point shot going. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. As we are through the first quarter of action tonight, hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here, T-Wolves or Spurs. Hey, there we go, Dennis. Yeah, it's always good when you're able to get some goals there to go ahead and do. Yeah, I was able to get outside for like a large chunk of the day, which is good because I don't get outside that much, unfortunately, because I work during the day. And then usually I've had like the college broadcasts and stuff at night, but that just wrapped up this past weekend. So I had my final game on Monday, and now it's just the streams at night afterwards. Big win this afternoon by the Sixers, or by the Knicks over the Sixers. Knicks swept the Sixers 144 to 114. So New York is already on to the Eastern Conference Finals. They await the Cavs versus Pistons winner. Man, just a roller coaster for the Sixers. Like, uh, I was saying to myself today, like, how in the world did the Celtics lose to that team? Like, Sixers played a really good series against the Celtics and then stunk it up poorly against the Knicks. Ice Ice Baby with a gifted membership. Let's get that member hype out here for Ice Ice Baby. Thanks so much to Ice Ice Baby as she gifts it over to Hi here for the membership. Let's get that new member hype out here to stream. Back to action. Start to the second quarter. Baseline dribble. Terrence Shannon. Rudder routed out. Rebound goes to Wemby. Third rebound tonight by Victor Wembanyama. Fox. Up fake. Fox goes up. Fox gets fouled. 2 shots coming up in the line. It's Naz Reid who picked up the personal. Hey, there you go. Happy birthday for Jeffrey there. That's great, man. Yeah, that's great that seems like you got a really good priest at your church. That's awesome. Spurs went empty that trip at the free throw line. Randall at the elbow. Randall off the double team, finds McDaniels outside Reed, pops up with a 3 off the rainbow, off the rim short, directly back to McDaniels for the offensive rebound. Shannon, baseline dribble, bumped into Wemby, who picks up the personal. So Victor Wembanyama now picks up his second personal foul tonight. Minnesota gets the inbound and some contact there. No call by the refs. McDaniels gets the way off to Reed. 5 in the shot clock. Naz Reid takes on Champagny. Drives in Champagny. Runner. 15-footer. Got it. Naz Reid making some big-time shots here tonight. 6-point advantage for Minnesota. Reed red hot off the bench. Corner 3, Champagny around the rim and out to rebound, tipped around. Battle goes to McDaniels as he controls the defensive rebound. Conley, no look pass. Randall from deep, off the rim, short to rebound by Harper. Minnesota by 6, San Antonio with the ball. Fox on top, finds Champagny. Champagny again, left off the rim short, missed the 3. Back it goes to the T-Wolves with possession. Minnesota, largest lead right here, right now. Looking for more. Shannon up fake. Shannon taking on Wemby to the rim. No good. Missed it. And Shannon picks up the loose ball foul. Knocks down Wemby. Wow. Yeah, that's impossible to score over Wemby. Terrence Shannon Jr. going into multiple up fakes from 2 feet away in the paint. And Victor Wembanyama, oh my gosh, half his size. Terrence Shannon got away with an elbow to the chin of Wemby. He got away with an elbow there. Wemby either way forced a miss, and it's called a loose ball foul, charge to Shannon. Spurs down by 6, and a little bit of a rut offensively. Champagny missing a lot, firing again, missing another 3 short. Oh, Champagny is well off the mark. Here goes a Euro step to the rim. They missed it. Off the back rim too long there by Shannon. Goes back to San Antonio as it gets fired down low and a dunk going through with a 2 and then flushed by the Spurs. Champagny able to assist to Carter Bryant on the board for the first time tonight with a dunk. Step back 3, McDaniels kaboinked off the back rim, a rebound picked up by Harper. Up the floor to Castle. Castle on the floor alongside Harper, Bryant, Wemby, and Champagny. Wemby missed the 3 around the rim and out. Back it goes to Minnesota. San Antonio really struggling to generate shot making to begin the second quarter. Lob finding Randall. Randall covered off the double team. Wemby, one of those defenders. Outside, Reed push pass at the wing with Shannon on a 3 off the back rim. No good. Carter Bryant controls the defensive rebounds. Harper driving inside the paint. Harper scores the layup. Isaac, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. San Antonio now on a 4-zip run. Naz Reid Working on Wemby. Step back three. High arcer. Off the back rim. No good. A rebound. Secured by Harper. Castle. Off the crossover. Skip pass. Quarter. Three. Bryant. Off the mark. Wemby secures the offensive rebound. Double team. Physicality being held up right now by McDaniels. Things getting chippy right now as we get some separation between the referees to separate these players. All Wemby wants to do is get that rebound. He got sandwiched between two dudes, between Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels, and then McDaniels was trying to wrestle with Wemby to force a tie-up, but that was clearly a Wembanyama rebound. Wow, things getting chippy right now on the floor. And this is going to have to be looked at the monitor for this previous foul call charged to... Wow, they charged it to Wemby and an offensive foul. How is that an offensive foul? Oh, yeah, now I see it. Holy smokes, that wasn't seen before. Yeah, Wemby shoved a jab into Naz Reid. Yeah, that's going to get called. Holy moly. Yeah, that wasn't seen in the first camera from behind, but the other camera from the front, Wembanyama throwing out a huge elbow, destroying Naz Reid. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's going to be the third foul charge to Wemby tonight if this stands. That should stand. Wemby throws a heavy elbow to Naz Reid, and then McDaniels tries to wrestle Wembanyama at the end of this play. Holy smokes. Wow, this is being looked at right out at the monitor. That's a heavy elbow by Wemby. Wemby's sandwich between Naz Reid and McDaniels. I don't think Wemby saw Naz Reid there. He threw an elbow right back at Reid. I don't think he noticed that Naz Reid was right next to him. So that elbow was at like the right below the jaw. So like right below the jaw, like the upper part of the chin, Wemby got Naz Reid. So this is being looked at right out the monitor. Spurs are challenging this offensive foul. And if this call stands, that'll be his third personal foul. Which Wemby tonight has only had like a slight impact, a +1 for him tonight. Hasn't had much of a game tonight for Wemby. 4 points, 4 rebounds. 1 assist, no steals, no blocks, 2 turnovers for him as well. So San Antonio challenging the call of the offensive foul to see if they can get this rescinded. Heavy elbow by Wemby. He was sandwiched in the middle between Reid and McDaniels going up for the offensive rebounds. Hard elbow. Wow. Victor Wembanyama ejected. So that heavy elbow to Naz Reid ejects Wemby in the early stage of the second quarter. Holy smokes. Opportunity for Minnesota right now. Holy smokes. Victor Wembanyama ejected with 8:39 left to play in the second quarter. Wow. Wemby between two defenders throws out a monster elbow on the bottom part of the jaw and completely knocks out Naz Reid. Naz Reid's going to have his free throws here at the line. gets the bounce in the first one. I'm going to check to see if there's any update to Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards exited early stage of the first quarter. He was cooking. He had 11 points before he exited. So Edwards went to the locker room. Ant-Man headed to the locker room 16 minutes ago and then has returned to the Wolves bench 13 minutes ago. So not sure what the injury is. Looking on Twitter, no really indication of the injury on Twitter. So we're not sure what it is for Edwards, if he re-injured something. Because he was coming into the series with like a week off due to injury for him. But if they get back Ant-Man, then this Minnesota team's flying high tonight, about to make it 2-2 in the series. While Naz Reid is bleeding from the mouth. Naz Reid is heading to the locker room. He's bleeding from the mouth. We're gonna have a timeout here, taken on the floor. T-Wolves bird one, as they're gonna have the opportunity to gather themselves, see if they can get Naz Reid back into this game in the next couple minutes. Naz Reid, if you're just joining in, suffered a heavy elbow to the mouth of Wemby. Wemby got ejected, and this game has been physical. Absolutely physical. Anthony Edwards left in the late stage of the first quarter, went to the locker room, returned back to the Wolves bench. That's all that we have for updates there, so if there's anything new, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, this game tonight belongs to the T-Wolves. Best player for San Antonio ejected. You got to answer back and win this one tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow night covering Cavs against Pistons. Gotta seize the moment if you're Minnesota right now. Actually, there's a video clip of Wemby when he got ejected on the bench. He did not know what a flagrant 2 meant, and he asked Harrison Barnes what flagrant 2 means. So, yeah, there's a video clip right now resurfacing online when Wemby got ejected a few minutes ago. Wow. Unbelievable. Jaden McDaniels, previous to the timeout, he got called for the offensive foul, and Minnesota, again, they challenged this call. So that was right after the Naz Reid made free throws off the Wemby ejection. This game has been at a snail's crawl tonight. Call has been overturned. Minnesota wins the challenge. So offensive foul gets rescinded. Minnesota wins the challenge, and the foul gets taken away from Jaden McDaniels. Wow, Chris Finch, pretty good in the regular season. 54 in 25 in challenges. 5-4 to playoffs for him in challenges. Minnesota gets the basketball back, and guess who's on the floor again? Anthony Edwards. Edwards receives it at the wing. Time here to seize the opportunity for Minnesota. Edwards inside the key. Puts it up and blocked from behind out of bounds off Cordet. So Luke Cornet is going to have to be the main guy down the middle tonight at the 5 to replace Wemby. Inbound goes to Gobert, deflected, intercepted by San Antonio, up the floor. Harper, his pass, intercepted right back by McDaniels with a steal. Minnesota back with the basketball. Jaden McDaniels drives in Champagne inside the key, outside off to Edwards. Ant-Man, before he left, went to the locker room. He had 11. Hungry for more. Outside. Finds Randall. Tees up the 3. Julius Randall hits bottom as he sizzles the triple. I think he's going to be a big beneficiary stepping up without Wemby. Remaining part of this game. Randall knows that he needs to bounce back tonight and start to do it here tonight. Castle inside the key off the dribble. Couple up fakes. Fall away. Mid-range left short. Rebound goes to Edwards. Minnesota up by 7. Chance to creep up their lead once again here with this possession. Pocket pass. Gobert soars up. Stripped. And fouled. It's on Cordettes. 2 free throws covered up by Gobert at the line. First shot missed short by Rudy. You got 70 plus watching right now. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Type in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, T-Wolves or Spurs. Crazy game here tonight. If you're just joining in, Victor Wembanyama, couple minutes ago, fouled out, heavy elbow to the jaw of Naz Reid, flagrant 2, done for the game with around the 8.5 minute mark in the second quarter. So Luke Cornet right now playing the 5 in place of Wemby. Inbound goes to Castle. Minnesota has an 8-point lead. Castle on the floor alongside Cornet, Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and De'Aaron Fox. Castle, dribble drive penetration, dump off underneath. Cornet goes up and scored a bucket. Went up over Gobert, got it blocked, and it went off the backboard and went in. So a very, very odd bucket scored by Luke Cornet there. Randall takes it to the elbow, working on Barnes, one-on-one, a jumper, mid-range. Julius Randall connects on it. Julius Randall stepping up in a major way tonight. Double figures now for Randall, he has 10. Fox inside the key, stumbled off the dribble, kept alive though. Back out to the perimeter, finds Vassell. On the outside into the hands to Fox. Fox at the top, Fox, step back, 18-footer, straight away. Nothing but net delivers. Good game we got between these two teams right now. T-Wolves needing this one tonight without Wemby to make this a 2-2 series going into a Game 6. Edwards turns the corner, lob over the top, off the fingertips of Gobert and out of bounds. Turnover by Minnesota. Yeah, they're showing the replay. The Luke Cornet basket. He got blocked by Gobert. It drifted back and it went in. Fox, runner. In and out, deflected up. Battle for the rebound. Barnes, it's loose. Right back to Castle. Castle, 8 on the timer. Drives inside the key. Euro step over to Sumu. Left short. Offensive rebound. Castle off the glass and scores. Able to power his way down off the putback for 2. 4-point game right now. Into the corner, McDaniels dribbles up, a jumper, buries the J. Minnesota stretches the lead back to 6. 4 points now tonight for Jaden McDaniels. Top of the key, Harrison Barnes. Barnes circles inside the key. Barnes sends it back out into the hands to Castle. Castle 5 of the shot clock. Castle at the right wing. Castle, a step back 3 in the air. Off the mark, no good. Shoved through. Off the putback slam by Luke Cornett. Nobody there to box out for the T-Wolves, leading to the easy slam by Cornett. Back to a 4-point game, approaching 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Randall inside the key, no look pass, left wing, open 3, a splash. Able to line it up and drill it. Ayo Dasumu lets it rain for the perimeter. 6-point advantage for Minnesota. 6 for 16 from 3. San Antonio just 3 for 12. Lob down low off the fingertips of Cornett. It's a turnover. Ant-Man up the floor. Ant-Man lost it. Turnover. Back it goes to Castle. Sprinting up the court. Castle out to the corner. Fox tiptoes the baseline. Fox runner left it short. Rebound secure by Edwards. Great defense there by Minnesota. Ant-Man, he's going to slow it down. 7-point advantage for the T-Wolves. Edwards drives, gets past Fox. Inside the key. Edwards. Floater off the back rim. No good. And he got fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Edwards. It's on Castle from behind. He picked up the personal foul. What a game tonight here. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ice Ice Baby's husband haunts the T-Wolves, or hunts Timberwolves. They are massive. Wow. Yeah, we don't really have, like, any wolves in my area. Got, like, got a lot of deer where I am. Yeah, usually, deer season is in the winter, like, November. Like, around when we have to turn back the clocks again, like, around, like, late October, early November, December, January. That's when, like, deer season is. Turkeys, we got quite a bit of those in my, at the workplace that I work at. We have turkeys, like, lining up down the street of my workplace. The parade of turkeys, like, every morning. Yeah, turkeys, deer, squirrels, chipmunks, quite a bit that we have. Don't really have any foxes. Actually, coyotes is, um, I've seen coyotes in my area. Don't want to get next to those. Yeah, really dangerous type of animal that they are. Good bounce back game so far tonight by Julius Randle. 10 points for him. Ant-Man with 11. Gonna have free throws coming up here after the timeout. 6 by Gobert, 6 off the bench by Conley. Naz Reid with 9 points in 9 minutes tonight. Minnesota, they realize how big this game is and starting to capitalize. And if you're Minnesota, you're gonna have to keep on growing this lead to escape out with a win tonight. And the opportunity right there for them. No Victor Wembanyama. Big chance that they have the chance to even up the series here at 2 apiece. Stephon Castle with 9. De'Aaron Fox with 9. Off the bench, Dylan Harper leads the way with 11. Yep, Luke Cornett, former Celtic. Time to shine right now for Luke Cornett. Gonna get a bunch of opportunities without Wemby tonight. And this is good right now for Minnesota. Like, I honestly thought going into this game that San Antonio would take it, but right now, the Wolves have the Spurs where the T-Wolves want them. Wemby has been ejected. Home game for Minnesota, feeding off that energy. And since this game's in progress, I honestly think Minnesota now, since Wemby got ejected, Minnesota needs to win this game. And I'm actually hoping for that because going into next week, there's not going to be many streams probably. Um, because the Knicks already swept the Sixers this afternoon. That series is done. Lakers look like they're getting swept tomorrow night. That series is done, and just two other series matchups. That's it. Cavs Pistons, I talked about them yesterday. I think that's going deep. Like that looks like it's going to be a 7-game series, in my opinion. 2 shots at the free throw line by Edwards. First one, he missed the first one. Second one was good. 50-42. Fox on the floor alongside Castle, Vassell, Cornette, and Bryant. Cornette down low. Draws the foul. So coming to the hoop for Lou Cornette. Going to shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. It's on Naz Reid, who picks up the personal. Mr. Hector, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, so if you guys are just joining in and missed what happened in the first quarter and beyond, Victor Wembanyama is not playing right now and not playing for the remaining part of this game. So Wemby got ejected. Wemby with like 8.5 minutes in the second quarter got ejected. A heavy elbow to the jaw of Naz Reid off an offensive rebound. Shoved an elbow right to Naz Reid. Got ejected for it off a flagrant 2. So Wemby not playing. Free throws. Split at the line by Cornette. 7-point game. Edwards off the dribble. Drives the hoop. Edwards with a right hand finishes and scores. Up by 9 for Minnesota. Ant-Man's got 14 tonight. Castle slides it off to Fox at the wing. Fox defended by Reed 101. Dribbles up inside the key. A jumper. Mid-range. Drills it. It's going to have to be a lot of De'Aaron Fox tonight to carry the offensive load. He's got 11. Lob sent to Gobert. Handoff. Reed spin cycle. Gobert blocked by Cornette. Spurs running the floor. Fox dish outside to the wing. Bryant broke it up in the pass out of bounds. Looking for Vassell. Good active hands defensively by Naz Reid to get back and break up that possession. Miles, welcome in. Liking the T-Wolves tonight in this game. Hit us up in the chat if you guys already haven't done so. Type in the chat who you like to win this one tonight here, T-Wolves or Spurs. Inbound goes to San Antonio. Cornette at the wing. Handoff Fox. Outside corner. Up fake. Baseline dribble. Vassell finds Castle at the top. Castle off a laser beam. Drills the 3. Massive shot right there by Stephon Castle. He is in the zone tonight. 12 points and 5 for 8 shooting. Naz Reid torses right off the dribble. Handoff to Desumu around the perimeter. Desumu off the crossover. Drives, attacks the paint, scores the layup. Wow, just a burst of speed. Able to see the driving lane and went right past Cornette to the cup. Carter Bryant finds Castle. Castle, dish down low. Cornette off the back rim, missed the shot. Rebound back to Minnesota. T-Wolves up by 6 with possession. Ant-Man, here he goes, soaring up to the rim, scoring the 2. Anthony Edwards, 16 in the opening half of action. Fox, no good. Putback slam. Right back, though, by Castle. Both teams bringing the energy tonight. 2:10 and under left to go before halftime. Julius Randle dribbles up to the elbow. Randle shake and bake inside the key. Stripped, lost it. Out of the pack, here goes Vassell. Vassell up the floor, stripped to the bounds. And it went off a Reed. It's going to stay. Spurs ball here. Minute 57 left to go. Yeah, good speed in this game. Both of these teams just full up attacking. Getting to the rim, going downhill. All about the NBA and this channel, Miles. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the NFL, too. Corner jumper off the inbound is buried by Devin Vassell, cutting the deficit down to 4. Randle, a nice no-look pass finds Edwards, and gliding to the cup, scoring the 2. Ant-Man keeps on adding to his point total as he's got 16 tonight. And a turnover as Ant-Man controls the steal. Edwards, 90 seconds left to go before halftime. At the Target Center logo, takes on Vassell, crossover at the wing. Anthony Edwards, 12 in the timer, slows down tempo. Loosen on top into the hands to Reed, slides it off towards his left. Into the hands to Randall. Randall stripped. Randall lost it. Dylan Harper out of the pack with a steal. Harper at the rim, no good, missed the layup. Rebound ripped away by Edwards. Final minute left to go. Naz Reed past midcourt. Reed gonna slow it down. Back outside to Ant-Man. Edwards at the top of the key, drives into Harper, up fake, Edwards launches the jumper, no good off the rim, offensive rebound, controlled by Randall, stripped again as he turns it over. Feisty defenses on both sides in this matchup. Here goes Keldon Johnson right to the cup, score it, and an and one coming up in the free throw line for San Antonio. Keldon Johnson gets the bucket, chance to put his team within one possession with a made free throw. Both of these teams straight up attacking the rim in this game. Physical with one another. 28-26 points in the paint tonight for the Spurs. Free throw at the line is off the mark. Missed by Johnson. Rebound goes to Reed. 4-point game. T-Wolves with possession. Driving to the cup. Scoring off glass. McDaniels buries the two. Man, this has been such a good game tonight. If you like paint points, both teams generating 28 of those points in the paint even tonight. 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Castle, guarded by Reed on the outside. Stephon Castle, off the crossover, poke loose of the bounds. Touched by Reed. It's going to stay Spurs ball. 9-second differential, shot clock and game clock to go out into halftime. I don't follow too much NHL. I do the Jersey Mike's pick 'em every single day to get my Jersey Mike's points. There's a cool thing on the Jersey Mike's app that you pick the NHL teams and you get points for every single game that you pick correct. Wild, yeah, big win last night or for them, 5-1. Yeah, that's huge. Colorado's been a really good team this year, so that's a huge win against the Avs. Mid-range shot, no good off the rim. Short miss by Castle. Broke it up out of bounds off the T-Wolves. It's going to stay Spurs ball. 7.5 seconds left to go before halftime. This has been a really good game tonight. And this is a game that Minnesota cannot afford to lose tonight. Home game. Wemby fouled out. Makes the opportunity much more possible for Minnesota to win this game. Spurs get the inbound. Champagny having a tough game. Off balance three. Yikes. That hit the back of the backboard. That's out of bounds. Champagny pleading the case that he got fouled. Referees missed the call. Did not call it. No foul there. That's clean defense by Naz Reid. Naz Reid jumped over Champagny to the side and did not touch him. And Champagny took the three-point shots and it went behind the backboard. That's out of bounds. Behind the backboard is out of bounds. San Antonio is challenging this foul. Where's the foul call? Was it right there when Naz Reid's knee on the shooting wrists or on the shooting arm of Champagny? It looked like Naz Reid from that camera angle leaped over Champagny. It did not touch him. That's what it looked like. We're going to go to a timeout here with 3.2 seconds left to go, but from that camera angle, it did not look like there was any contact by Naz Reid to Champagny, unless it was the knee. Yeah, I would like to see that closer up if it was the knee or not. So right now we're going to go into a timeout. This is, yeah, if it was the knee, that wouldn't make sense because the shot was well off target. Like, the shot hit the back part of the backboard on a corner three. Like, you don't see that too often. So if the Spurs win this challenge, they're going to have 3 shots at the line. Call's been overturned. Yes, and a knee. But the arm of Champagny. So yeah, that explains why the shot was just so off target. Let's see this replay again. Oh yeah, right there. Yep, there's contact. And it completely threw off Champagny's shot. Yep, he's going to have 3 free throws. Yeah, once again, that first camera angle didn't show it. The second one going into the timeout, that looked like it was the knee, and then they just showed a little bit closer up. And from the close-up view, the closest one that they had to the knee, you could clearly see the knee banged right into the shooting stroke of Champagny. First one's good. Yeah, really good challenge right there by San Antonio. That's huge for them. They put back some more seconds on the clock, too. The first camera angle that was behind, you couldn't see. He only got 2. So he only got 2 free throws. Okay. Yeah, must have had 1 foot on the line then. Instead of a 3, it's 2 free throws. Attacking the rim, missed the shot at the buzzer by Minnesota. Full court shot. That was late anyway by San Antonio. Missed it wide. And at the end of the quarter, it's Minnesota by 4, 60-56. Yeah, a lot being played out there on that previous possession. Yeah, so beg my pardon about the previous call. That was not 3 free throws. They gave him 2. They didn't really show where his feet were in the corner, so and everybody was basically standing up in the corner. Like, you couldn't tell if it was a 3 or a 2 from the box angle. What they have for that. He was given a 2. So given a 2, there was a shot earlier. Edwards drilled that he had 1 foot behind the 3-point line, 1 foot on the 3-point line, and at first NBC gave him a 3, and then later docked down to a 2. Yeah, really good game so far tonight. 60-56 at halftime. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Really good game tonight here between these two teams. First time covering Spurs and T-Wolves this playoffs. So I think these are the only 2 teams I hadn't covered in the playoffs until tonight. And I've covered everybody else. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow night covering Cavs against Pistons. If you'd like to come on board, feel free to do so. That's been a great series. See what we got for the schedule this week. Cavs Pistons tomorrow at 8. Oh, this is the only matchup on Tuesday. So the Knicks eliminated the Sixers. Minnesota, San Antonio, 8 p.m. Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's going to be some more Cavs Pistons. Because the Lakers look like they're going to get swept. And looks like there's no games on Friday or Thursday. Wow. There are no games on Thursday this week. I think it was supposed to be Philly and the Knicks. That was supposed to be Thursday if that series went deeper as like the standalone game. And there's no games in the schedule now for Thursday. Probably not going to be a game on Saturday either. OKC against the Lakers is the only game scheduled. And then next Sunday, if there are Game 7s, those are between Minnesota and San Antonio and Cleveland and Detroit for 2 Game 7s. Tony, welcome back in. Yeah, energy has been really good so far. Both of these teams are attacking at will to get to the rim tonight. Both teams strong at the points in the paint column, 28-28 for both sides and points in the paint. There's been a bunch of turnovers, too. Both teams with 9 turnovers each. I like how both of the teams are getting up the floor quickly off turnovers. Points off fast break, 6-5. So there hasn't really been like a bunch of points off the fast break. I think a lot of it off the fast break has been fouls tonight. Like there's been a bunch of fouls in the first half. Physical game. Really, really physical game that's been played. It's been a fast tempo game too. Um, 11 personal fouls by Minnesota first half, 10 by San Antonio. You get guys stepping up for the T-Wolves. Julius Randle, pretty solid start for him, 10 points. Edwards leads the way. He's got 18. Off the bench, Nasri with 9. Conley's got 6. That's huge. Mike Conley did not score in the last game. Played just 4 minutes tonight. He's played 7 minutes. He scored 6 points. Gobert, a couple putback jams. He's got 6. McDaniels with 6. And then San Antonio, Castle playing well. 14 points. 11 by Fox, 11 by Harper. Yes. Yeah, I feel like this is a must win for Minnesota tonight. Yeah, Minnesota's at home. They got the momentum. I thought going into this game it's definitely a must win for Minnesota to keep this series alive. I thought going into this game it could be tough for them because the Spurs winning 2 straight games for the momentum, but since Wemby got ejected, it opens up the door tonight for Minnesota to capitalize. And with the guys who's had the playoff experience on this T-Wolves squad, a consistent playoff team throughout the past couple seasons of this decade with this grouping of guys. Golden opportunity tonight to take advantage of it. A home game for Minnesota, and for a team that went to the conference finals last year, this is the opportunity tonight to be able to stretch this lead. I'm kind of shocked that that lead dwindled down to 4. Yeah, that would be tough tonight. If they can't win this game, that's a killer for them. Really, just a gigantic killer if they can't win this one. Some good highlights for later tonight, so that's pretty good. Yeah, the highlight stuff has been popping recently. Yeah, good question. I've been really impressed by OKC and their depth. I'd probably go with like OKC in 5 if they did take on Minnesota. I've just been really impressed with Oklahoma City. Yeah, and Edwards, I mean, he's playing really well tonight, but Like he shouldn't be like himself. He's coming like a week back from injury, so he's probably only like 65% of himself. Like in order to beat OKC, you have to be at full 100%. And OKC is probably going to have a week of rest too for them because it looks like they're going to sweep the Lakers tomorrow night. Yeah, so I just don't see any trouble there. Like at most probably a 5-game series. Um would not be shocked if OKC sweeps Minnesota if that happens. But yeah, Spurs are a tougher matchup for OKC. Spurs, they played 5 games against OKC in the regular season, won 4 of those. Yeah, it's an incredible culture that they've built up there. Like AJ Mitchell having an incredible series. Last year, I think he like averaged like 3 points per game or something in the entire playoffs, and he's averaging like 15 points per game in this playoffs. It's incredible with the next man up. Jared McCain providing a role off the bench as a 3-point sniper. Like this OKC team is incredibly deep. It's just fascinating to watch. Like all the different types of players that they can throw out at you. Like physical, scrappy players. You got Alex Caruso coming off the bench, racking up like 3, 4 steals a game. Yeah, they're going to be good for such a long time. And what's so impressive is that Shea doesn't even need to go off. Like they're just balancing out the scoring between everybody. Like last night belonged to AJ Mitchell, and like Shea, they're just saving Shea for the finals, where he's going to go off and drop down like 35 and 40. Like he's scoring like around the low 20s in the series. Yeah, Caruso, big time champion. Like those, like energy guy coming off the bench, guy that can take care of the basketball, force turnovers, knock down shots. Yeah, OKC looks so good. And they're doing this without Jalen Williams. Like Jalen Williams is injured right now, and this next man up with AJ Mitchell, who has stepped up. Pistons Cavs tomorrow night. I'll be back live tomorrow at 8. That should be a fun one. I think that's going to go into 7 in that series. Cavs back at home tomorrow night. They've won every single home game that they played in this playoffs. Yeah, I agree. So OKC has so much firepower. I I think they see it's kind of tough to tell because they're without Jalen Williams right now, but I think they're better this year than last year's championship team. And with with AJ Mitchell, the coming out party of him in his playoffs, plus adding in McCain, like those two guys have been able to prove it in the playoffs. And then there were other guys that were like making impacts throughout games last year, like Wiggins, who's not really getting like much playing time. They're just that deep. I remember that day. That was in like the middle of the summer of 2019. I remember I streamed a Summer League game that day, and I think it was the Thunder who were playing in that Summer League game against the Magic, if I'm not mistaken. And that Paul George trade happened on that day. It was in like the middle of July of 2019. Yeah, last year they got all the experience possible. They got taken to 7 against Denver. They got taken to 7 in the finals against Indiana. Like, if they can get past the Spurs, then there's a chance that they might, like, they're so good that they might sweep whoever they get out of the East. Actually, one of my friends is taking the Knicks to win the whole thing. Like, the Knicks right now, low key, are peaking at the right time. Like, those are a group of guys that's been playing for a while with one another, and now the chemistry is starting to pop off with that Knicks team, and they look like they were unstoppable today. Like, they come out shooting 9 for 10 from 3. Yeah, that's a mid-major guy too. AJ Mitchell played college ball at UC Santa Barbara, like a second round draft pick, second year player, and just hitting on these picks. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's gonna be much of a contest if the Thunder make it to the finals and somehow they draw Cleveland or Detroit. I think that's gonna be a sweep there. Yeah, if OKC, if they blitz Cade, they take out Cade, they're forcing other guys to step up for Detroit. Just not sure if they're going to be able to have enough offensive firepower to be able to hang in those games against OKC. And then against Cleveland, it's just where they've got turnover issues right now with James Harden. Like, they're really gonna have to clean that up because OKC is just so scrappy. They feast upon those points off turnovers. Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be the Knicks in the finals, representing the East. Knicks coming together really well right now. They have such a good starting five. And another example of a guy stepping up, Miles McBride had a big game this afternoon. OG Anunoby missed game 3, game 4, and they still crushed the Sixers. Here we go. Start to the third quarter. Minnesota going right to left on the floor. Dasumu, his pass sailed behind to the backcourt. It's a turnover on Minnesota as Randall couldn't handle it properly, and that's now the 10th turnover. Yeah, I gotta take care of the basketball. That's keeping San Antonio right in the game. Minnesota, after Wemby got ejected, they are 6 for 8 in the paint. Jumper at the wing, no good off the back rim, missed by Castle. Offensive rebound scored by by Cornette. Fox at the elbow, outside into the hands to Castle. Back out to Champagnie. Castle, Champagnie on the floor alongside Vassell, Cornette, and Fox. And jumper off balance, missed by Castle, went down, no call of the refs. McDaniels up the floor, inside the key off a spin, missed off the back rim. Rebound goes to Cornette. That time unable to score inside the paint without Wemby having a really good time doing that. Gobert with a denial. Right back off a bad pass as Champagnie picked it off at midcourt. Champagnie runner over Gobert. Got the bounce. Mistakes by Minnesota just rushing their possessions. Runner by Minnesota missed off the back rim by Dasumu out of bounds. Went off of Gobert. Hey, what's good, Bradley? Welcome back in. Happy Mother's Day out to the moms there today as well. Fox inside the key, drawing contact in the foul. So you got foul from behind by McDaniels. 2 shots coming up by San Antonio with De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, I agree with the regular season, tough to gauge. versus the postseason because it depends on like when those matchups took place, if there were injuries for that game that players were missing that game, plus if one team was coming off a back-to-back, the other team maybe had a couple extra days of rest. So yeah, kind of tough to gauge. Plus, if you're looking at a team like the Cavs, which they made a trade for James Harden at midseason, then it's a little bit different as well after the trade deadline and before the trade deadline. Edwards buries the J 15 feet straight away. 2-point advantage for Minnesota. Ant-Man's got 20 tonight. Champagny pulls a quick three. No good off the rim. Offensive rebound by Cornette to the outside. Vassell. Fox with a three. Fox off the rim. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds. Went off a Castle. And it's going to go back over to the T-Wolves. We're down to under 10 minutes left to go here in the third. McDaniels on the floor alongside Edwards, Gobert, Desumu, and Randall pulling up from deep. Edwards off the back rim, missed the three. Rebound goes over to Castle. Castle has it past midcourt. Castle outside finds Fox. 15 in the timer. He takes on McDaniels. Fox dribbles up towards his left, slides it outside. Vassell on top. Castle held up. Castle fouled. It's going to be a reach and fall charge to Desumu. Inbound to Cornette. Fling it off to Vassell. Vassell, 15-footer, drills it. 62-62. Man, if San Antonio wins this game, the majority without Wemby, this is really just a big culture booster to this Spurs squad. That they can win big games without their superstar player. Off the offensive rebound by Gobert. Sets up to Sumu. Fires the three off the mark. No good. A rebound goes over to Castle. All of a sudden, Minnesota taking some tough shots, missing those tough shots, and now San Antonio with a chance to take the lead, and they do. Backdoor layup off the double clutch score by Vassell. Ant-Man driving, held up, and fouled. It's on Fox who picks up the personal. Yeah, I agree. Stephon Castle really knows what he's doing, how to facilitate the offense and push tempos. Handoff up to McDaniels. McDaniels, 15-footer, connects on the jumper. 64-64. Finally able to end a scoring drought for Minnesota right now. Getting into a lot of tough shots. 15-foot shot able to knock down Champagny in and out. Offensive rebound. Cornette underneath, covered by Goberto. Outside off to Champagny. Champagny drives inside the key. Covered off the double team. Outside Castle. Moves on top. Vassell gets it away. Fox. 2 of the shot clock. Fox up fake. Fall away. Tough shots. Halfway down. Rattled out. Tipped around. And Desumu able to collect the defensive rebounds. And Edwards will just walk it up. Under 8 minutes left to go in the third. Anthony Edwards at the top takes on Castle. He's guarded very closely. Great defense by Castle. Edwards had to get it away. Randall drives inside the key. Ball got poked loose by Cornette. Fox came up with a steal, chopped up and fouled. It's on to Sumu, who picks up the personal. That's now the third personal foul tonight, charged to Ayu Desumu. De'Aaron Fox is in some pain right now. Oh, De'Aaron Fox might have rolled his ankle. Let's see on the replay. De'Aaron Fox collects the steal. It's chopped up by Desumu. Yeah, and he was holding his lower right ankle. De'Aaron Fox right now on the bench. Yeah, that's a huge loss for San Antonio. Wow, De'Aaron Fox right now on the bench being attended to by a medical staff member, favoring his lower right ankle. Castle on the floor, kick out to the corner. Step back three, a corner jumper. Vassell missed off the mark, a rebound secure by Reed. San Antonio having a tough night tonight, drilling their shots. 4 for 18 for the perimeter. Runner inside the paint, no good. McDaniels, he scores the putback. 2-point advantage right now for Minnesota. Fox pushing, Castle pushing tempo right to the rim as Stephon Castle scores the 2. Good awareness there by Castle. Defense for Minnesota not set. McDaniels, jumper, mid-range, tough shot, no good off the mark. Batted from Gobert, back to McDaniels, offensive rebound. Naz Reid, lob over the top. Gobert couldn't finish, slipped out of his hands. They turn it over once again. Off the steal, take it at the distance, and one at the free throw line for San Antonio. Dylan Harper, score it, and a free throw coming up. Turnovers for Minnesota, allowing San Antonio to have the shot to make this a 3-1 series. We're going to have a timeout here taken on the floor. 68-66, Spurs by 2. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. All right, right now in the timeout, if you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering Cavs against Pistons at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Minnesota having a tough time with the turnovers. That's now 4 turnovers in the first 5+ minutes to begin the third quarter. 13 turnovers as a team. San Antonio, 10-2 points in the paint in the third quarter. 38-30 right now, points in the paint. Yeah, this is a big culture booster right now for the Spurs. Wemby gets ejected early second quarter. Let's see if there's any update out. Yeah, that was a bad ankle roll by De'Aaron Fox. Let's see if there's any updates with that. So Fox got undercut on a loose ball and hit the deck hard, favoring his right ankle, limp to the bench. If San Antonio wins this game tonight, like, wow, that's impressive. But also really just terrible for Minnesota. Like a game that Minnesota was in control of in the second quarter. Once Wemby got ejected, Minnesota led by 9. Big culture booster for the Spurs if they win this one. But for Minnesota, you gotta face reality right now, and that is just settling down with these possessions. Like they're going in the 15-foot jump shots, trying to take mid-range jumpers instead of pounding it into the paint without Wemby there. Like they were 6 for 8 going into halftime without Wemby in the paint. Like they gotta get back to the painted area to score. Like they're trying to force a lot of like one-on-one matchups. They're going a lot to Jaden McDaniels recently with a lot of shot attempts as of this quarter. So Dylan Harper, where we stand right now, 2-point lead for San Antonio. Dylan Harper on a layup he scored was fouled, gets the free throw, and one completes. 3-point lead right now for San Antonio. No Victor Wembanyama, no De'Aaron Fox at the moment on the bench with a lower right ankle injury. In Minnesota, this is your chance right now. Last chance, a game at home, because Game 5 Tuesday night, looking like they're probably going to get eliminated once Wemby comes back fully healthy in that matchup. Shot goes down right at the buzzer as the shot clock expires. Major runner right there from Minnesota. Able to send it through by Terrence Shannon Jr. Castle down low. Gutted a drop plus the foul. And one covered up at the free throw line by Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle, former national champion for the Yukon Huskies. Going to work. Right over the top of Anthony Edwards, finishing off glass and scoring. Just impressive. Having a really good game tonight for Stephon Castle. Free throw is good. He's been impressive. 19 points now for Castle. He is the top scorer on San Antonio. Edwards leads the way in the game with 20. McDaniels, tough shot, tough defense by the Spurs as it goes out of bounds off Minnesota. Wow, San Antonio stacked the box, threw out bodies to contest the shot in the paint by McDaniels, and he missed it off glass. Spurs with the ball up by 4. Dylan Harper, jumper, mid-range, drills the 2. Getting right into his spots. 6-point advantage for San Antonio. A bunch of young guys playing their hearts out right now on the floor. Ant-Man attacking the cup, no good, missed the layup, tipped around, out of bounds, off the Spurs. Yeah, I gotta see something out of Rudy Gobert. 6 points tonight, 2 of those coming off putback dunks. And Anthony Edwards, all of a sudden, he's got 20. He's starting to slow up in the game. They got a lot of tough young guys in the San Antonio squad. She-Wolves looking for the inbound that goes to Edwards. Edwards, bounce pass. Oof, Conley able to keep it in the court of play. Barely a jumper straight away. Missed the 3 by Shannon. Rebound controlled by Cornette. Wow, I don't even know how that possession got off there. Mike Conley barely was in the court of play off that inbound. Missed shot at the rim by Keldon Johnson. Back it goes to Minnesota with Naz Reid, who collected the board. Mike Conley, he's got 6 so far this game. Circles around the key. Outside Reid, attacks the paint, right to the rim. No good. Out of control, missed the layup. Luke Cornett's defense affecting this game all of a sudden here. Dylan Harper off the spin, inside the key, outside Cornette. Into the hands of Vassell. Slides it off towards his left. Johnson thought about taking a 3. He'll dribble up inside the key. Outside Vassell. 5 at the timer. Vassell. Low block. Jumper. Got it. That was a rainbow able to go up and through by Devin Vassell. 8-point advantage for San Antonio. Double figures for Vassell with 11. Conley flings it across Gobert. Outside Edwards. Screen set by Gobert. Edwards slices defenders off a triple team. Blocked from behind out of bounds. Wow, this defense for the Spurs is absolutely swarming. Luke Cornette playing some ferocious defense down low. Vassell, Castle, spot on defending Edwards. Castle, man, just bringing the energy for the Spurs team right now. 8-point lead for San Antonio. Inbound goes to Randall. Randall off a double team. Gets the way. Edwards. Push pass. Corner. Conley. A tough shot. Fall away. Fouled. 2 free throws at the line from Mike Conley Jr. Like, once Wemby got ejected, It really ignited something in these guys. Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell. Like, these guys are connected right now, playing with energy. First free throw, good, by Conley. Second shot's good. 6-point game. Last chance for Minnesota. I mean, this is as great as a chance that they're going to get. No Wembenyama, De'Aaron Fox on the bench dealing with a lower ankle injury. This is your best shot to get San Antonio tonight and steal one at home. If you can't do this, it's going to be tough to survive on Tuesday. That was out of bounds off Mike Conley. Oh, look at that. De'Aaron Fox back into the game. So De'Aaron Fox, who went down a couple minutes ago as he was grimacing in pain, the lower right ankle, is now back in for the Spurs. Fox, the inbound passer. Sends it outside to Carter Bryant. Handoff with Keldon Johnson. Slides it off to Carter Bryant, and a traveling violation charged to the Spurs. Showtime, welcome back in. Yeah, Celtics could have used Cornet in their first rounds. Tough to see him go in the offseason. Edwards, able to pick it up at midcourt off the deflection. Gets it away to Conley. Conley lost it. Tied up as he hits the deck. Jump ball tie-up between him and Fox. Sloppy with a basketball from Minnesota. Jump ball between Conley and Fox. Tipped up and the Spurs control it. 6-point lead for San Antonio. 3.5 left to go before the end of 3. A spin cycle. Dribbling inside the key. Harper over one defender. Scores it. Good for 2. Dylan Harper stepping up in a major way tonight. Off the bench, he's got himself 18. Ant-Man. Guarded by Shinpenny. Off the double team. Gets it away. Finds Reed. Reed at the elbow. Shovel pass down low. Shut down the door with a two-handed dunk. Julius Randle explodes right there with a flush. Back to a 6-point game. Randle up to 12. Harper into the hands of Fox. Fox dribbles up. Circles around inside the key. A jumper mid-range. Tough one. Got one. Major shot right there by De'Aaron Fox off the deuce. 15 now by Fox tonight. Ant-Man, bounce pass, gets the way to Reed, cross-court Conley, push pass, corner, 3, swoosh! Terrence Shannon Jr. buries the J. 5-point game. Humongous 3 by Minnesota. Shooting just 32% in the quarter. Spurs shooting above 50%, and they are lighting it up in quarter number 3 off the step back. De'Aaron Fox looking like himself back from injury. 17 right now as he buries the jumper to baseline by Fox. Corner 3. Right back, it's good from downtown. Terrence Shannon Jr. able to rip in another triple. All of a sudden, Shannon's got 8 with back-to-back threes. Offensive foul. Charge to San Antonio on Carter Bryant, who picks up the offensive foul. De'Aaron Fox looking really good right now, coming back from being hurt earlier in the quarter. 4-point lead for the Spurs, 82-78. Heading over to the timeout as we're down to under 2 minutes left to go in the third. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the B-Tab brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Alright, if you guys are doing the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up here tonight. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game. If you're just joining in, Victor Wembanyama ejected in the early second quarter. Heavy elbow to the jaw of Naz Reid. Flagrant 2, done for the game. De'Aaron Fox went down diving for a loose ball, lower ankle injury. Early third quarter, just came back, just scored a couple buckets. Fox now with 17 tonight. Stephon Castle having a really nice game tonight. He's got 19 points, 18 by Dylan Harper, scoring a point a minute, 7 for 9 shooting by Dylan Harper, 11 points by Devin Vassell. Young guys for San Antonio making plays and stepping up tonight. T-Wolves, led by Anthony Edwards, he has 20. Other players going to have to step up. Julius Randle with 12. McDaniels with 10. Rudy Gobert with just 6. And Dosunmu only has 5. Dosunmu's missed 5 shots from the floor. Yeah, this has been an incredibly physical game tonight. Good sign to see for Minnesota that Mike Conley's got 8 points. Shannon, couple buckets recently with 8. Naz Reid with 9. Yeah, he has to step up too. Naz Reid coming off an 18-point game in the last one, former 6th man of the year. And Stephon Castle playing really well tonight. Like, changing tempos, winning the speed of the offense, dictating pace, pushing the ball, attacking the paint, getting to the rim, playing downhill. San Antonio's got 46 points in the paint, basically playing the majority of the game without Wemby. That's impressive. They're showing the Wemby clip right now. The heavy elbow to Naz Reid, which led to the ejection of Wemby. And this was back early in the second quarter, with like 8.5 minutes left to go in the second. Best chance for Minnesota right here, right now, at the Target Center at home. No Wembanyama. Trailing down by 4. Looking to respond in this game to force a game 6. Lob goes to Randle. Randle off the double team. Spurs playing connected, energized defensively together. Tough shot off the runner. Shannon draws the foul. It's on Carter Bryant who picks up the personal. Yeah, Edwards tried his hardest out there. He's only like 65% of himself. Luke Cornett, major difference for him tonight. In 7+ minutes, he's a massive plus on the floor. Contesting shots all over the place at the rim. Luke Cornett's a +7 tonight on the floor. Basket is good. McDaniels, he has 12. Fox on the floor alongside Bryant, Harper, Champagnie, and Keldon Johnson. Johnson off the broken up pass. Dribbles back out. Drives on Randle. Inside the key. Johnson at the low block. Had it stripped to the bounds. Lost it though. Went off of Johnson. It's a turnover. Wow, clean defense right there by Julius Randle to force the turnover. Final minute left to go in the third. McDaniels towards his right off the dribble. Handoff, a step back three for the lead. Left short, missed off the mark by Shannon. Rebound control by Champagny. Fox past the timeline. De'Aaron Fox, guarded by McDaniels around the outside. Fox off the crossover. Jumper, deep two off a rainbow. Left off the rim, short to rebound. Secured by Minnesota with DeSumo. T-Wolves look to tie it up right here. Shannon, kick out, corner, broke it up. Intercepted by San Antonio. Up the floor, here goes Johnson attacking the rim and scoring the deuce. Turnovers for Minnesota. It is hurting them tonight. Pass midcourt with DeSumo. Ayo DeSumo calls for the screen to be set. At the top of the key, drives downhill to the cup and blew the layup. That's a big U by DeSumo. Open layup, he missed it. And instead of a 2-point game at the end of the third, it's 84-80 at the end of the quarter. Spurs with no Wemby leading. Right now up by 2 possessions. Gotta have it. Gotta have that if you're Minnesota. That is just an unfortunate way to end. To close out the end of the quarter. Wide open miss layup to Sumo. Head full of steam to the rim. Blows the open layup. It's just a tough way to end the quarter. And if we look back at the end of this game, Timberwolves lose this game because of that. If they lose by 2, then remember that play right there. Yeah, that's just tough to watch. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. About to get to the fourth quarter of action in just a moment. Spurs playing with energy. They look connected tonight. 15 turnovers through 3 quarters by Minnesota. The telling story of these playoff games, the team that turns over the basketball much more is usually the team that doesn't do so well in the end. It's usually their opponent that wins the games. Yeah, Anthony Edwards doing as much as possible tonight. I think he must only be like 65% himself. Because he's coming back after injury. It's like his first week back after injury. Other guys going to have to step up too. Randall's got 12. McDaniels with 12. Everybody else single digits. Naz Reid with 9 in 21 minutes tonight. Gobert with just 6. Gobert's a minus 10. Julius Randle has 6 turnovers. Just they've been all over the place. Like when they've had like a steal racing up the courts, they're just not making the right decision with the ball. They're passing it to the wrong players up the floor, leading to turnovers. So this is it to save the season here for Minnesota. It doesn't happen too often when you go down 3-1 to come back in the series. This is a home game. If you can't win without Wemby, you're going to be tough. Lob over the top. Luke Cornett able to shut down the door with a 2-hitter flush. Excellent lob right there by Stephon Castle with an assist. What a way to start off the fourth quarter with an alley-oop jam by Luke Cornett, now a +9 on the floor. Edwards on the floor alongside Dosunmu, Gobert, McDaniels, and Naz Reid. Edwards rises for the jumper. Pinwheels in. Got the bounce. Needed that one and got it. Ant-Man's got 22. Champagny on the floor alongside Fox, Castle, Cornett, and Harrison Barnes. Cornett sets the screen. Fox dribbles up at the free throw circle. 15-footer. Drills the 2. De'Aaron Fox, cold-blooded. Having a major game tonight. Got 19. Edwards, guarded by Barnes at the midcourt logo. Still clamped, heavily guarded by Barnes. Dribbles right past him, drives inside the key. Ant-Man, turnaround jumper. Tough one, off the rim short. Spurs defense down in lockdown mode as they come up with a defensive rebound. Champagny, cross-court, Barnes, push pass, quarter, 3, a Castle. Off the mark, misfired. Rebound goes to Reed. 10.5 left to go. Gotta go if you're Minnesota. Naz Reid inside the paint off the spin. Hook shot, got it. Needed that, got it. For Naz Reid for the deuce. If you're new in the stream tonight, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a battle. Runner, Harrison Barnes drills the 2. Bench points right there for Harrison Barnes. We are down to 10 minutes left to go with action. Around the outside, Edwards slides it cross-court, McDaniels. Into the hands to Dosunmu. Dosunmu, no good. Around the rim and out. Back it goes to San Antonio. 6-point lead. A physical game here between these two teams tonight. Champagny at the top of the key. Dribbles up to the elbow. Into the hands to Castle on the outside. Castle takes on the Edwards one-on-one. Screen set by Cornett. Castle dribbles up. Castle stripped. Fouled. Clock will stop with 9:27. What's good? Hockey in the stream. Welcome back in. Two shots coming up at the free throw line for Stephon Castle. First one's up. First one is good. He got the bounce. Just a solid night tonight out of Castle. 20 points tonight for Stephon Castle. Second free throw off the rim. Short to rebound goes to Minnesota. I'll be back live on Tuesday covering Spurs and T-Wolves. Tomorrow night, I'll have my next stream between Cavs and Pistons. Edwards, turnaround jumper, buries it. Ant-Man now with 24. Up the floor, Barnes off the Euro step, outside Fox, launches the 3, off the mark, no good. Deflected up in the air, loose ball foul. As we got players down and Naz Reid is injured. Naz Reid hit the deck hard and he is injured. Holding on to his lower right ankle. He got tangled up with Luke Cornett battling for the rebounds. Naz Reid walking gingerly and having a tough time right now as he has to walk back to the bench, but he is limping back to the bench. Let's see, Naz Reid alongside Rudy Gobert and Luke Cornett. Ooh. Yeah, Luke Cornett went down, got taken out, and took out the lower right ankle of Naz Reid in the process. Naz Reid substitutes out. It's Dosunmu on the floor alongside Gobert, Edwards, Randall, and McDaniels. Fox, open 3, drills the triple. San Antonio up by 8. Time on the floor taken by Chris Finch from Minnesota. The Spurs, without Wemby for most of the game, a chance to go up 3-1 in the series. Massive culture builder tonight for this young San Antonio squad. And they are proving to the world that they are much more than just Wemby. And showing it tonight. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Players making plays tonight. De'Aaron Fox having an excellent game. Every single victory in the playoffs, he is averaging 19 points per game in wins, averaging 13 in losses. Tonight, he's got 22. 20 points by Castle. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and a steal, plus 18 on the floor. Stephon Castle, shining star tonight for San Antonio. 18 off the bench by Dylan Harper for a rookie, and then 11 points by Devin Vassell. Ant-Man doing as much as possible. 24 by Edwards. This is first week back from injury. After that, needs a lot more help. Julius Randle, what in the world happened to him? 12 points, but he's got himself 6 turnovers. McDaniels with 12. Naz Reid, 11 right now. Being checked out by the medical staff on the bench with a lower ankle injury. Everybody else single digits, like Rudy Gobert. Woof. Bad. Gotta at least see some sort of offense out of Rudy Gobert. Because this is looking like it's like anemic offense here, Draymond Green like type stuff. When you go out and you score 6 points and you can only score putbacks in the first quarter, and that's it. And yet the score ever since hasn't even got to the paint. Like got to see something out of a low post game by Rudy Gobert instead of just rebound cleanup putbacks. Like that's it. You got to have much more than that. Because there's no 3-point game that he's giving you. There's not really much besides just cleaning up the glass. That's why you get to the playoffs. I mean, the defense, like, even how good of a defender he is, like, if you're not having a good game, connected game defensively, and get exposed in the offensive side of the floor, then there's no chance that you're going to be winning a championship. When this team that they got that's built around Ant-Man, until they can figure out something better with an upgrade to the 5 spot for Rudy Gobert. And plus, who's the number 2 guy in this Minnesota team? It should be Julius Randle. Last year, he had a solid playoffs. Like, right now, struggling for Randle. 12 points at this stage of the game just is not enough. He had a good game 1, 21. Yeah, the games that he's played well in, those are the games that they typically win. Games that they struggle, those are the games that they lose. So yeah, a lot rides upon Julius Randle. 94-86. Big time culture booster for the Spurs squad if they hold on and win this one without Wemby for most of this game. Edwards gets the way. Off to Dosunmu, attacks the paint. That was altered off the fingertips of Cornette. Going up. Randle no good off the mark. The Spurs defense absolutely insane. Stephon Castle alongside 2 other Spurs inside the paint to crowd the box and force back-to-back misses. Fox at the top. Fox dribbles up. Spin cycle inside. Jumper. Mid-range. Left short. Batted off to Randle for the defensive rebound. Edwards keeps on walking it up the floor. Spurs defense keeps on getting set back every time. Off the double team. Blitzing Edwards. Outside corner 3. McDaniels out in the open. Brick the 3. Offensive rebound. Gobert. Outside to Dosunmu. Under 8 minutes left to play. Edwards drives on Fox. Inside, low block. Got it. Able to knock down the shots. 6-point game. Couple guys at the scorers table waiting to get back in for the T-Wolves. One of those guys, Naz Reid. The other with Terrence Shannon Jr. Luke Cornette. Top of the key. Handoff Fox. De'Aaron Fox. Bounce pass. Wide off the Barnes. Inside. Puts up the shot. No good off the mark. Batted out for the offensive rebound. Up fake. Corner. Baseline. Dribble. Castle. Spin cycle. Castle shot. Missed off the mark. Rebound goes to Gobert. Right now is the time for Minnesota Down by 6, looking to make a run. Edwards launches a 3. Oh, he buries it. Anthony Edwards, laser beam, right down the pipe, drills the triple. It's a 3-point game, a 94-91. That is the Ant-Man we know. Anthony Edwards. Dribbles up to the top, comes off the screen, pops up for a 3, pure shot. Rips it down through the cylinder. Minnesota has life. 3-point game, 94-91. Timeout taken on the floor by the Spurs. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. What a game right now. Ant-Man rising up to the challenge, delivering. 29 right now by Edwards. Been a one-man show for the most part from Minnesota. Other guys got to get on going. Randall got 12. McDaniels with 12. Naz Reid 11. Yeah, Reid was at the scores table, getting ready to check in. So that's a great sign from Minnesota because he had rolled his ankle a couple minutes ago. It was in some pain, had to get checked out at the bench, but it looks like he's good to go. So the T-Wolves just threw the punch right back at San Antonio. Question is now, San Antonio young team, no Wemby, superstar player ejected. Can they respond on the road? Been able to respond the entire game. As Stephon Castle, cold-blooded, having an excellent night tonight. Plus 13 on the floor, 20 points. Devin Vassell been connected as well. Both sides of the floor. He's a plus 13 with 11 points. De'Aaron Fox, he's got 22. Really good response from Minnesota. Like, they could have just lied down, and that could have been it. Ball game, 3-1. Spurs close out the series, Game 5 on Tuesday. Nope. Chance here to force a Game 6. And this is as good as an opportunity that you have. Like, nothing bigger than this opportunity. Yeah, Rusty, good point, puts out T-Wolves must be ahead or before last 2 minutes. Gonna have to lead or it's gonna be a loss. Yeah, good point. I'm gonna see how these two teams are in clutch time. Teams clutch. Let's see. I got that info for the playoffs too. Wow, Spurs are just 1-2 in clutch time in the playoffs. Minnesota has a 2-point win over San Antonio in Game 1. Minnesota 3-2 in the playoffs, whereas the Spurs are 1-2 in the playoffs. Regular season, Minnesota not bad, 19-14 in clutch times games. 57% put them 8th in the NBA this year in clutch time games. The Spurs back at they're actually up at number 3. So regular season, they were 3rd in the league in clutch time games. 24-12 behind the Lakers and the Thunder in clutch time games. 66.7% winning percentage in the regular season clutch time for San Antonio. So they were 3rd. Minnesota was 8th. So both of these teams clutch. Top tier teams in the NBA. Corner, jumper, Vassell, right down the chute. He buries it. That's a huge response there by the Spurs to take the 6-point lead. Devin Vassell, 14 points. Gobert around the outside. Handoff Edwards. Edwards drives inside the paint. Edwards, no good, missed the shot. Rebound ripped away. by Keldon Johnson. Dylan Harper on the floor alongside Johnson, Castle, Champagny, and Vassell. Castle curls to the top of the free throw circle. Outside finds Vassell. Launches the jumper around the rim and out. To rebound goes to Gobert. Gobert up on the floor into the hands to McDaniels. McDaniels attacks the paint, followed by Castle. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Yeah, good question. I'll see if I can get that. So Spurs' record without Wemby was 12-6. 50-14 with Wemby. Without Wemby is 12-6, according to this overview. And then Spurs' record without Wemby this season in clutch time. Let's see what pops up for that. 12-6. I can go back to the game log and see which ones were close when we have like the next stoppage or so. 97-93 right now. Minnesota, big response right there to get the bucket. Johnson bobbled it, lost it, turnover. 6 minutes even. It's going back to the T-Wolves. A lot of these games that San Antonio won without Wemby were by double digits, actually. Oh, wow. They won at Denver. I think that was the day after Thanksgiving. They won at Denver, 139-136. Champagny picks up the foul. Minnesota going to have 2 free throws coming up here at the line. Alex, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Liking the Spurs here tonight. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win here, Spurs or T-Wolves? Yeah, able to win some games without Wemby in the clutch. 139-136, day after Thanksgiving against the Nuggets at Denver. 114-112 at Orlando on December 3rd. 135-132 at the Pelicans. Couple losses by single digits. They had lost against Denver March 12th without Wemby by 5. Lost against the Blazers by 5 without Wemby on January 3rd. So it looks like they were 3-2 in those games, single digits. I don't know what the clutch record is, because if those were single digits with 5 minutes left, there might be more. But games that turn by single digits without Wemby in the regular season, they were 3-2 for San Antonio. Oh, thanks for the update. 7-3. Yeah, thanks for the update there. Yeah, very close games. They were 3-2, with like games decided by a possession or two. All the bounds underneath it was off the T-Wolves. Going to stay Spurs ball. Luke Cornett, he's going to check right back in. 5:32 left to go. Trevor, welcome in. We're going to have a timeout here taken on the floor. T-Wolves burn the timeout with 5:32 left. Wow, what a game tonight. Best shot for Minnesota to beat the Spurs in a game that they desperately need to keep this series going. If you're just joining in, Victor Wembanyama ejected early second quarter, heavy elbow to the jaw of Naz Reid. That opened up the door for Minnesota. Looked like the T-Wolves are going to run away with it. And then the T-Wolves stretched out their lead with no Wemby playing to a 9-point lead at one point. And then San Antonio came right on back. San Antonio took an 8-point lead in the third quarter. Now it's been back and forth, race here to the buzzer in this game. San Antonio having a tough game from 3. 6 for 23 from 3 tonight, but they have been scoring at will inside the paint. 52 to 38 points in the paint. Stephon Castle getting downhill, having a huge game. 20 points, 8 for 16 shooting. 22 by De'Aaron Fox. Devin Vassell got 14 off the bench. Dylan Harper, solid game with 18. Coach's challenge on the foul charge to Terrence Shannon. So, Terrence Shannon defending De'Aaron Fox at the baseline, picked up the personal foul. And right now, Minnesota challenging that foul call with 5.5 left. Wemby got a flagrant 2 after he sent out a heavy elbow to Naz Reid. So Wemby came up with an offensive rebound. He was trapped between 2 T-Wolves defenders, and then he threw out an elbow, and it obliterated Naz Reid, and there was a massive heavy elbow, and he got ejected for it. All stands. Minnesota loses the challenge. So the foul stays on Minnesota. Jumper, mid-range, left short. Yeah, San Antonio having a tough time putting the ball into the bucket as Dylan Harper left it short off the mid-range shot. Edwards off the double team. Gets it away. McDaniels, kick out corner. Naz Reid taking on Fox. Handoff. Edwards launches the jumper. Oh, he buries it. Ant-Man splashes the 3. T-Wolves get the 1-point lead. 98-97. This goes down as a clutch time game in a 1-point battle with 5 minutes left to go on the timer. Edwards got 34-14 this quarter. Fox at the top takes on Reid one-on-one. Fox dribbles up, drives inside the key, off balance, puts up the shot, got it to go. It's good for the 2. Back and forth we go. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Terrence Shannon Jr. dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside, missed the layup. Excellent defense by Luke Cornett, getting a piece of the ball, coming up with a block. Spurs with possession. Fox tees up the 3 off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Minnesota able to record the defensive rebound with Shannon, up the floor with Reid. Naz Reid slows it down. Into the hands to Reid as he attacks. Baseline to the cup and scores. Zepping it off the window. 1-point lead again for the T-Wolves. Fox towards his right. Looking for an open player, and McDaniels picks up the reach-in foul. That's going to be the 4th personal foul now charged this quarter. A Minnesota 2 by San Antonio. What a game. Three of 58 left to play. Spurs are going to take the timeout right here. And oh boy. Anthony Edwards is heading underneath the tunnel right now. Anthony Edwards is heading underneath the tunnel, and he stopped once he got into the tunnel. A couple feet into the tunnel, he stopped. So he's not heading to like the locker room or anything. It's gonna have to be monitored. He went to the tunnel underneath earlier in the game too. Yeah, hopefully that'll be cleared up during the press conference about Edwards. Hopefully everything's okay with him. Man, he's been an absolute bucket tonight. Absolute bucket for Anthony Edwards. And now he's back on the bench. So Anthony Edwards is back on the bench. Yeah, so he's okay. Ant-Man tonight. 34 points in 36 minutes, putting his team on his back. So Ant-Man's back on the floor, so we get back to action. Cornette, handoff, jumper, 15-footer, no good off the mark, missed by Vassell, rebound, ripped away by McDaniels. Minnesota with possession. Anthony Edwards. At the target center logo, dribbles up at the elbow, Edwards, bounce pass outside. Randall, lob down low, bad decision, broke it up, right back to Randall, jumper, mid-range, left it short, and back it goes over to San Antonio, taking it up the floor. Harper over McDaniel, scores the 2. What a game here between these two teams tonight. Down to 3:15 left to go remaining. Naz Reid backs his way. Off the shovel pass, and Rudy Gobert, he got it, plus the foul. And one covered up with a free throw line by Rudy. Rudy Gobert, when you need him the most, muscles his way down low, has scored and one, covered up with a free throw line. Naz Reid, beautiful shovel pass. Off to Rudy, down low. Free throw is good. 103-101. Get my sync point back in here. We got 250. 250 left to go. Fox, follow a shot, off the glass, no good. Rebound, hauled down by Rudy. Man, Rudy Gobert, energy builder. Right now in this game here, Carly. 2-point lead for Minnesota with a possession. Gobert has 9 points alongside 12 rebounds. Here goes McDaniel, spin cycle inside the key, missed off the rim, short offensive rebound. Controlled by Randall, jumper, Reed off the back rim, no good. Came back to Edwards for the offensive rebound, soars up to the rim and scores. Up and through, good for 2 by Ant-Man. 4-point advantage for Minnesota right now. Anthony Edwards with a major putback. Runner, Castle, left shorts. It's going to be an offensive foul. Charge to San Antonio. Turnover on the Spurs. Back it will go to Minnesota. What a game. Stephon Castle hooks. Naz Reid gets called into offensive foul. Minnesota up by 4 with the inbound. Pass midcourt with McDaniels. McDaniels drives on Fox. Bobbled it, got it back. Shovels it off to Randall at the wing of the perimeter. Randall towards his left off the dribble. Randall spin cycle. Randall inside. Jump off down low. Rudy Gobert soars up and dunks it with a 2-2 flush. Oh, baby. Rudy coming alive here. Quarter number 4 tonight. 9-2 run by Minnesota in the last 2+ minutes of action. Up by 6. Inside the key. Fox, jumper, rainbow, in and out. Rebound, Rudy. Rudy Gobert showing up here in the final minutes of action. Ant-Man past the timeline. Ant-Man stripped, lost it, turnover, out of the pack. Burst the speed. Harper at the rim, blocked by Edwards. Foul, no, going up. Not a clean block, going to be 2 free throws. Coming up at the line here for Dylan Harper. 91 seconds remaining. What a game. Looking to force the Game 6 in a game that they desperately needed when Wemby followed out with a flagrant 2 with a bunch of time remaining in regulation. Rudy Gobert finally realizing that he needs to step up, and he has answered a call here in the late 4th quarter. 2 shots to the line. First one is good by Dylan Harper. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game. I'll be back live tomorrow covering Cavs against Pistons, and I'll have both of these teams streamed once again on Tuesday. If you guys would like to come on back again on Tuesday night, feel free to do so. Just an absolutely tremendous battle. One more free throw by Harper at the line, and it is good. 107-103. 1:30 left to go in regulation. Pass midcourt. Dosunmu. With possession, puts the ball into the hands to Edwards. Ant-Man tonight with 36 and 39 minutes. Edwards falling backwards at midcourt, and Chris Finch had to burn a timeout. That was dangerous. Dangerous to be in a backcourt violation right there for Minnesota, and they had to take the timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for both of these sides here. 107-103. T-Wolves up by 4. Looking to close it out tonight to force a Game 6. Just an absolutely incredible battle. Minnesota realizing that they need to take this game tonight to force a Game 6 in the series. And look at Edwards. 36 points tonight. Just a walking bucket. Clutch in the fourth quarter. Rising up in a huge way in the fourth quarter. Rudy Gobert. Double figures now. Double with 11 points and 13 rebounds. Couple monstrous dunks he's thrown down here in the fourth. Plus 10 on the glass for Minnesota. 48-38. No Wemby on the floor. In Minnesota, you got to take advantage of it, and this is a must-win game for them. And right now, they're up by 4. Can they close it out? That's the question. Anthony Edwards, 16 points, 6 for 8 shooting in the fourth quarter, going nuclear. Rest of the team with just 11. Gonna have to be Edwards for the final 117 of action. McDaniels, the inbound passer. McDaniels sends it off to the backcourt, into the hands of Dosunmu, crossing the timeline. Dosunmu dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside. Score it, and one. Coming up in the free throw line by Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo with a penetration right to the rack right there to score the bucket in the and one. Needing another player to step up, and they got it. Free throw coming up by Dosunmu. If you're just joining in, Wemby flagrant 2, ejected from the game in the early second quarter due to a heavy elbow to the jaw of Naz Reid. Free throw is good. 7-point lead for the T-Wolves. 1:10 left to go. Spurs going quickly up the floor. Harper, shovel pass, Champagnie, splits the defenders, dunks it down with a 2-handed slam. 5-point game right now. Huge dunk there by Champagnie. Inbound to Dosunmu. Dosunmu pressure in the backcourt as we are down to 1 minute left to go in the timer. Dosunmu. Edge of the midcourt logo. 12 in the timer. Dosunmu. At the right wing off the crossover. Can take this down to a couple seconds on the shot clock. Hand off McDaniels. 3 in the timer outside Dosunmu. Takes the 3 with 2 in the shot clock. Missed off the rim. Offensive rebound. Putback is good. Naz Reid. Right place, right time. Scores the putback. 7-point advantage for the T-Wolves. Minnesota about to force a Game 6 in the series. This series about to be 2-2. Jumper no good. Miss from 3 for San Antonio. They went up. They got fouled. 29.1 seconds left to go. Free throws coming up at the line for Dylan Harper as he needs a moment. As he went up for the putback, contacted down to the hardwood. San Antonio, Achilles heel tonight. Struggled from 3. Just 6 for 25 from the perimeter at 24%. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, keep on coming back for more. Smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering Cavs against Pistons. And then I'll be back live on Tuesday covering both of these teams once again, Minnesota and San Antonio. First one is good. At the line for Dylan Harper. Naz Reid, big time putback. Everybody stepped up here in the fourth quarter. Rudy Gobert. Ant-Man went nuclear. I mean, what a statement for Minnesota. They were up by 9, then they trailed by 8, came back, and about to win this game. Free throws are good, 5-point game. As long as they don't cough up the basketball, they should be in good hands. Inbound, backcourt, dangerous. Dosumu able to get it away off the double team. Oh, it got stolen. A chance here for San Antonio off the steal. Here goes Champagnie. Fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the line by Julian Champagnie. Achilles heel for Minnesota tonight, Ben turnovers. Just a dangerous inbounds. All very close to the backcourt corner. Dosumu had it broken up, stolen by San Antonio, and able to get free throws here by Champagnie. Free throw is good. The inbound cleanly. That's the worst case scenario when you're drawn to the backcourt corner off a double team trap. San Antonio's defense played it perfectly. Minnesota's offense was baited into inbounding that way and shouldn't have. Second free throw by Champagnie. It is up. It is good. Anything can happen right now. It's a 3-point game. All of a sudden, you got to get the inbound in. They do. Far side, corner. Got to get it off before a 10-second call. Dosumu, oh boy. Looking like they're going to pull off a Houston Rockets against the Lakers. And Chris Finch burns a timeout. 13.1 seconds left to go. Minnesota's out of timeouts. Yikes. 7 seconds luckily went off the clock. But dangerous. Dangerous from Minnesota. He was underneath his own hoop in the backcourt. They were underneath the Spurs hoop all the way in the Minnesota backcourt. Like, you could advance that ball up the floor. Just can't be dribbling it at the opposing baseline underneath your opponent's hoop like that. It's so dangerous. They're out of timeouts. Spurs still have 2 timeouts remaining plus a challenge. Minnesota has nothing. Both teams in the bonus here. Yeah, since they took that timeout, this is going to get advanced to the front court. Beg my pardon, it will not. So since this was stuck off the inbound, if they had taken the timeouts before, it would have got advanced to the front court, but they chuck it up. What in the world was that? A dangerous, risky pass. They're lucky they came away with it, and they were fouled 9.8. So they inbounded it all the way in the backcourt, a baseball pass to the front court, a 50-50 ball that Dosumu had broken up out of his hands, bounced off the back of his body, ricocheted right in front of him where he fielded it and was fouled. That is a lucky play. I would assume his leg came up in the air, kicked the ball backwards into his hand, and he got fouled. Lucky play by Dosumu. He's got 2 free throws. First one's good. A baseball pass inbound by Minnesota. Just wild. So lucky. First free throw was good. Yeah, if that timeout had been taken before the inbound, they would have advanced it to their front court. But they didn't think that they would have ever needed to burn that timeout in the first place, because if they had taken care of the basketball in the first place, they wouldn't be where they are right now. Trying to grind this game out, depending on clutch free throws to seal the deal. 114-109. 9 seconds left. San Antonio from 3 has been dreadful tonight. Just 6 for 25. Going to need something quick. Probably better for the Spurs, honestly, if they go just race up the floor, see if they can get an and one out of this possession, instead of just hoisting up a 3. They still got time. 9 seconds left. An and one. Probably their best bet, plus a steal off an inbound, and then they do have a timeout as well. Spurs just burned a timeout, so they're down to one timeout left. Anthony Edwards completely took off and took over the fourth quarter tonight. What a game. I mean, this shouldn't be that difficult for Minnesota to be closing out the game like this. .8 seconds left to go. Up by 5 for Minnesota. San Antonio advances it off to their front courts. It's going to be Stephon Castle, near side front court, the inbound passer. 9 seconds away from the series being 2-2. If this goes correctly for Minnesota, bobbled at the wing. A couple seconds go off the clock. Fox puts up a 30-plus footer. No good off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound. Champagny puts up a wild shot. No good. Buzzer sounds. Game over. Minnesota ties up the series, takes advantage of the flagrant 2 ejection by Wemby, and they come back and win it. 114-109, the final score. Anthony Edwards, big time tonight. In Game 4 of the series, he went off, dropped down 36 tonight, and had a humongous fourth quarter. Rudy Gobert, a couple major putback slams, came alive in the final couple minutes remaining in the fourth, finished with a double-double, 11 points, 13 rebounds. Naz Reid, a big bucket to go ahead in the final minute. Off the bench, 15 points by Reid, 14 by McDaniels, 12 by Randall, and then 10 by Dosunmu tonight in this game. They put 6 guys at double figures. A game that they needed to win. Minnesota took advantage of no Wembanyama. Wasn't easy for the young guys for San Antonio. This really gives San Antonio some confidence here that they hung in without their superstar player. De'Aaron Fox finished with 24. 24 by Harper. Had a solid game for him. Castle finished with 20. 14 by Devin Vassell. Anthony Edwards. Takeover. Fourth quarter tonight for him. Finished with 36 for the game leader tonight in this game. Having this post-game interview right now. What a battle between these two teams tonight. I'll be back-to-back nights coming up for playoff basketball. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering Spurs against Pistons. If you guys would like to join back in, feel free to do so. And then back at it, both of these teams on Tuesday night. Game number 5 of the series on Tuesday. Should be a fascinating one. It's at San Antonio, where the series is tied 2-2. Anything could happen in the series right now. Wemby with that flagrant 2 ejection. Just got to keep your composure for Wembanyama. And threw out a heavy elbow into the upper chin, lower jaw of Naz Reid, knocked him down to the hardwood. And all of a sudden, we get a tie series right now. Incredible game tonight. 114-109 the final score. See you guys back tomorrow if you guys would like to join in for Cavs Pistons. And I'll be back live for this stream between these two teams once again on Tuesday night between T-Wolves and Spurs. What a series matchup between these two teams. And we're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out here each and every single one of my live streams. Big shout out to Ice Ice Baby gifting a new member on the channel. Got Tyreek, new member on the channel. First time for him today. We got Jason, John, Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Nisha player, Norma, Polson, Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog. Ashley's fan for life, all on the prowl. I am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, SGA Sports Talk, Elaine, Kilo Pitts, Yvonne, Otamura, and Tyreek. Thanks for joining in tonight on the stream for this one. What a game. Ant-Man takes over the fourth quarter. Ant-Man drops down 36, leads his team to victory. The T-Wolves win over the Spurs. Series tied up 2 apiece, 114-109. The final score. Thanks all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.